everybody. Welcome to another episode of Get Well with Michelle. Today we have a very special guest, my best friend, who made these awesome shirts. We met at an Alice Cooper concert, and we were just blown away that we have had the same exact medical history. I mean, every single surgery I've had, she's had. Everything she's had, I've had. Like, it was crazy. We could not believe it. So, of course, we exchanged numbers and we talk like daily. And I'm so excited to have her on my show today. Okay, so we have a subject that we are going to be talking about today that May is basically an expert at. We are going to be talking about recovery-based...
recovery in prison.
There we go. Recovery in prison. And tools that are available or more not available in today's prison society, which we need to change and help them, because everybody deserves a second chance and everybody deserves recovery in their life. And you know, these people aren't necessarily bad people, they just made a bad life decision or life choice or just did something bad, so they deserve recovery too. So I'm going to say, take it away, May!
Okay, so the first thing we have to say is my whole family has been in and out of prison. They are all addicts. My mother is currently doing 15 to 30 years because I'm from Pennsylvania, where we have a 3-strike law. So the judge took it upon himself to hand down a very harsh sentence to my mother. Okay, so she's in prison and she's struggling so much. She's being housed with murderers who are doing less time than her. So that's an important thing too. The excessive, what's the word I'm looking for? Excessive incarceration of our poor addicts that are in there. They are not being given the resources to recover. In fact, they are more or less just in there rotting away when they should be getting some help for rehabilitation and recovery. A lot of it is no funding, but also prison is designed to almost keep you in there. So even when you come home, most of these people haven't had therapy. Most of them haven't been forced to go to AA classes in there or anything like that. So they're getting thrown out into a halfway house and then they just get released into the world. And our world is not a good place for them. They are pretty much shunned. So they have problems with jobs. They have problems getting even just meds, recovery meds even. A lot of them have so much underlying trauma, which in prison they should be getting ample therapy and rehabilitation techniques, and instead they are just thrown in there, like I said, with the murderers. They're doing puzzles all day, they're reading, they're not being forced into classes, and I mean, I don't think we should exactly force them. But
it should
they
be
need an
available.
option.
Yeah, an option.
An option for recovery, definitely.
So May has like first-hand experience with these kind of things, and she actually went to school for
criminal justice, criminal law.
There you go, criminal justice. So she is very knowledgeable in this sense, and like she said, she has family who is in the prison system, and I think it's a really great thing. You know, maybe there can be some more people that should volunteer. You know, therapists maybe can volunteer to do hours there to help these people who are just like sitting around each day and not learning basic skills to keep themselves sober. Yeah, not learning coping mechanisms to keep themselves sober and on the path of a good life, and you know, oh my goodness, words come to me.
I feel that.
Giving back to society, basically. You know, they can learn how to be a person, basically, again, that's not in prison. Because I have heard like that a lot of people actually try to go back once they're released. They try to get back into prison because that's the lifestyle that they're used to.
The only safe space they know.
Right.
So they get out, they can't handle the world, and they end up right back in that cycle of using and criminal complaints, getting in trouble, and they end up right back where they started. So in school for 2 years, I studied a lot. I started writing a book. I started looking into how to help change the prison system. And my dream was to go through with the research and create a clause in the Bill of Rights for rehabilitation of addicts in prison. I don't believe they should be housed with these murderers and violent criminals.
Maybe there should be like some kind of like system, or some kind of like system to keep them. Yeah,
a wing in the prison system would do great, where they are working with, maybe get the CO some psychology courses. They need to be 100% focused on recovery and living a normal life. So you kind of have to teach them how to do that. A lot of them have been in this cycle of addiction for so long. That's like the biggest thing in America is we don't give them the help and the shoulders they need to lean on. They're thrown in prison with corrections officers, you can fact check me, corrections officers that only had 2 years of experience with criminal justice only. Now, I have that same degree they have, but I continued mine for the 4-year, and then I wanted to go on to law school to help, induct this clause into the Bill of Rights.
And what about like a system of like a big brother, big sister kind of program?
That's a great idea.
Yeah, like the inmates who have been there for a while can kind of learn the steps of recovery, and then like you have a sobriety coach or
absolutely a social worker of some sort to help you
them
once you get out.
Yeah.
Just speaking from experience, my mother's in prison, my father just got out, and he just has a correction.
We are good at words. We remember all our words.
Probation officer.
Yes.
The parole officer. Okay, so when you're in like a state prison and stuff, you get a parole officer. He sees them maybe once a month. But the big question is, what are you doing once you get out of prison?
Yeah.
And they need that shoulder. So like she was saying about a big brother, big sister kind of thing, a social worker of some sort to hold their hand when they get out and help them get to and from appointments, because the big thing is a lot of them can't drive. They get out, they have nothing, they have nowhere to go, they are just thrown out here. And if they had that shoulder, what would recovery actually look like instead of the recidivism of ending back up in prison? The idea is to get them the professional psychological help they need starting in prison, to bring them out and help them be a productive member of society. And that would be a big, huge thing going forward.
I'm even talking about having that available in prison. Like,
it needs to start in there.
I cannot remember. Oh my goodness, this is like the worst sobriety brain fart of the world, the whole history of the world. When you're in like AA or NA, you have someone who has a lot more time than you. What is it?
The person, your sponsor.
Your sponsor. The sponsor. Yeah, we remembered. We are smart. We know. Okay, that was like I said, the worst sobriety brain fart ever. Okay, so but yeah, like having a sponsor in prison, someone that's been there a while, but help you while you're in prison get to counting your days and helping you through like difficult situations, and then once they're on the outside, they can find an actual sponsor you know, at an AA or NA meeting, but just to get the ball rolling while they're still in prison, to like go to these meetings, have that sponsor, you know, create a habit before they get out. I think that could be very helpful.
And that's the whole nutshell of the Bill of Rights thing that I was speaking about. I want to induct it that these addicts have this stuff available at their fingertips in prison, instead of just sitting there rotting away, reading, you know, willy-nilly all the time. They throw a Bible at you in there, which is a good thing, but it's also, you know, these
not the most helpful.
So a lot of times addicts, what happens is they read it and they get into this mindset that they're bad.
Yeah, that they're going to hell.
That's kind of the thing that we want to, you know, envelop them in. Hey, we're here for you. And the idea of a sponsor in prison is the biggest thing.
And also, not everybody's Christian. You know, there's a multitude of religions out there. Like,
that's the thing with the AA meetings that they always give you. That,
well, they say higher power, but that doesn't necessarily mean God. You know, higher power is just believing in something greater than yourself, whether it's like God or, you know, the earth or the sun, the moon, the stars, your friend. I don't know, you're greater than me, but you are pretty awesome. Just something to believe in. I mean, it could be French fries for all I care. You know, something greater than yourself that you can put your trust into. You know, so that's the big thing.
That's why it's so important. They need a sponsor to be there to help them along the way. They really
learn how to do the recovery, because you know that's why they have, you know, AA and NA, to create a community, because you can't do it alone. And people have tried many times to do it alone, and they just end up
back in,
relapsing, and back in, and it's very hard. So, you know, get out there, find yourself a sponsor, go to meetings. You know, you have the availability of all of these different programs to help you in recovery, and we need to help the people that can't get to
the help they need.
That can't get the help they need and can't get to these facilities to get the help. So I know we had a lot of topics here and but you know, the information is definitely there, and she is pretty great at all this, and I fully commend it, and I hope that, you know, something like this will be available soon. So we'll see, fingers crossed. And like she said, she wants to write a book, and she wants to name it. Go ahead.
It's gonna be called The Drug Dealer's Daughter's Sister Friend. If that doesn't tell you all about me.
So hopefully it will be out on bookshelves near you sometime soon. I don't know. But I will post about it when it is available. So thank you so much, May, for coming on here and doing a great job at illustrating a very important point. And goodbye to all of you. Remember, stay safe. If you need someone, talk to someone, and it's okay if you're not okay. All right, guys, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.